Just got back from Italy this morning and figured, well, if I'm going to be dropped off at Penn Station, I might as well just go right upstairs to MSG and watch the Knicks versus the Nets tonight. Nets going for the clean sweep against the Knicks. We are 3-0 this year against them. So actually, you know what? It would be sweet to do it right here in Manhattan in their faces. First quarter, Lin kick out to McDermott in the corner, wide open three, nails it. Later in the first, Kilpatrick trying to get around Rose, gets inside the Lopez for the flush right over Joakim Noah. Nets would take the lead there, up by 3 later in the first in transition. Lin, a little crossover move, inside feed. McDermott lays it up and good. McDermott really showing off all the promise. I think I am going to keep him along when we have to protect guys. And then Carmelo Anthony with the step back jumper there, doing a little too much, but got it to go. And then Derrick Rose somehow, even with Jeremy Lin draped all over him, making the fadeaway jumper there to take the lead. Later, Knicks still up 2. Hollis Jefferson trying to lay it up there, no good. Scola gets the rebound, out to Lin, 4-3. That's been the offense thus far that we've kind of figured out. Attack the perimeter because we're not that good inside. But if we can rebound and get second chances, we do well. Just like here, Scola out to Booker. Booker finally finds Lin in the corner, nails the triple. Jeremy Lin, absolutely phenomenal thus far this season. And then Hollis Jefferson trying to size up there and get a 3 of his own, no good. Watch Hollis Jefferson on this play. Staying all over Holiday here. Even though Holiday gets in front of him, still gets there, gets the board. And then back in transition, Kilpatrick. Step back, jumper, got it. Kilpatrick. Sean Kilpatrick nailing the jumper there to go up by 4. Into the second, up by 6. Alley-oop pick and roll there. Kilpatrick to Lopez, couldn't slam it home, but laid it up right in to have the Nets go up by 8. Rose trying to drive by Randy Foye, no good on the crossover, and actually lost the ball there. And then back in transition, Kilpatrick trying to jam all over O'Quinn, can't, but takes the contact and the foul. Would go to the line and make the free throw as well. Later though, the Knicks trying to fight back here as they're now down 9. No avail there on the jumper. Kilpatrick again to McDermott. Slamming all over Courtney Lee. Lead now up to double digits. Kilpatrick sizing up Rose here. Lead up to 13. Gets the pick from Dougie Fresh. Decides to kick it out to Scola, who's wide open the perimeter. Nails the 3. Perimeter game really working, and I think I've really kind of found the place that I want the Nets to go. The Knicks did not climb back into this one whatsoever. The lead was actually up to 33 at one point. Your Brooklyn Nets win, 113-91. Big night for Brook Lopez. Despite the great perimeter shooting, 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists, 4 blocks to lead the Nets. So after we slaughtered the Knicks and got the hell out of Manhattan, back home to Brooklyn, I went to my lovely, luxurious office and home to go watch the Brooklyn Nets take on the Celtics. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, we're still in the hunt for a very good draft pick. The Celtics, looking at the number 2 pick, we're looking at the number 7, and we have a chance to bring their record nice down there with us. So it's a very, very crucial game, one that we dearly need to win. And we got off to a hot start in Brooklyn. We're both wearing the sleeve jerseys. We're in all gray and blue. Kind of a color scheme I'd really love us to rock later. And they're all green St. Patty's Day unis. And starting off with a little pick and roll action. Jeremy Lin to Brook Lopez, the Brooklyn connection. Lopez taking all the contact, laying it up, and then would get the and one as well. But McDermott would be the one to look out for. He and Sean Kilpatrick absolutely went off with that on this one. Little turnaround jumper there. And then Kilpatrick here, kicking it out to McDermott. Hitting it from the corner. Nets go up 8-5 with a 3-point lead. Nets up 2 later on. Randy Foye, corner, McDermott, not missing. Got it from there. Nets up 5. Later on, Kilpatrick with Lin in foul trouble and having to go to the bench. Kilpatrick driving. And the foul on Avery Bradley. A little hop step there to get inside, making a little magic happen to get the foul and the bucket. Later on, Kilpatrick continuing to drive. This time on Jaylen Brown. Was waiting for the switch so that Horford came to the perimeter and got the bucket there. Randy Foye feed to McDermott. Alley-oop. McDermott 4 for 4 thus far. He would actually finish the first with 11 points. And then we move on to the second. Got more McDermott highlights for you. Backing down the rookie, Jaylen Brown. Little pump fake, up and under, lays it up and in. Nets going up 7 here. And then Jeremy Lin coming back in from foul trouble. Pull up transition 3 to give us a double-digit lead. Nets up 9 later. McDermott coming from the screen. Nails the triple. McDermott 6 for 6 thus far in the quarter. And then McDermott, little feed here in transition, showing he's not selfish either. Not only can he score, but he can also pass a little bit. Showing it again here as he draws the double, gets it out to Jeremy Lin, nails the triple. Nets up 15. Nets lead down to 7, but no matter. Kilpatrick cutting through traffic, Hollis Jefferson cutting through traffic there. Nice little move to go ahead and get himself open. Then Jefferson trying to nail the jumper here, does so from the corner. All the Nets on fire thus far. Nets lead up 11. McDermott backing down. Jaylen Brown, little up and under, face up off the backboard, and good. Nets absolutely dominating the Celtics thus far. Keep it going. McDermott, 9 for 9. Not missing at all thus far in this game. Had quite a performance. He had 21 up to that point. Kilpatrick from three-point land, the feed from Dougie Buckets. And then Hollis Jefferson coming off the screen, throwing it down all over Marcus Smart. And it looked like the Nets were going to pull away in this one. And then some hijinks happened. Look at this. Scola deflects the pass, and then Gerald Green somehow recovers with under a second to go there on the shot clock and gets the jumper there. And then Gerald Green trying to hit the jumper there, no good. Olynyk on the rebound. Smart inside and one. Jeremy Lin picked up his 4th foul there as the Celtics continue to close the gap. Lead down to 6. Olynyk from 3. Nailing it. Lead down to 3 now for the Nets. Score only up by 1. Trying to feed it inside the Booker. Unwise pass there by Jeremy Lin. Tried to throw it from near half court. And then in transition, just not paying attention to Smart. Had to collapse on him. Olynyk gets the rebound. Smart still looking. Can't find anyone. Outside. Jarekbo nails it to take the lead for the Celtics. Going down to the end of the third here. Nets trying to push back. Here comes Brook Lopez. Kick out to Hollis Jefferson. Corner jumper. Nails it from mid-range to at least give us a 1-point lead going into the 4th. And then, nice little pass inside. McDermott dunking it home. He didn't finish perfect for the day, but he did finish with 31 points. And then here, Celtics creating a turnover, or actually the Nets creating a turnover. It's the Celtics who turned it over. Kilpatrick tried to finish in transition, couldn't, got his own rebound, finish on top of Avery Bradley to take an 8-point lead. And then, in the corner, Bogdanovich collecting himself, nails the triple. That would pretty much do it. Final score, Nets 113-99. Big game for that man, Doug McDermott. 30 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, an absolute tour de force in this game, and went a perfect 9 for 9 going into the 4th quarter. Great game from him. Been loving the pickup thus far. And the Nets are doing pretty well, and we're hanging tight now with the Celtics going into the playoff picture. Kilpatrick, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, a near triple-double despite the 4 turnovers. And then Isaiah Thomas, the hero for the Celtics, 21 points, 10 assists. They tried to fight, could not hang in it. And there we are, right behind the Celtics, who are down there in the dumps with us. Only 2.5 games behind them, and their playoff picture looks bleak. Wouldn't have it any other way. The month of March is almost finished, which means this NBA season is almost done, and March Madness is in the air. Chris Jenkins of the #1 overall seed Villanova Wildcats ended up winning the John Wooden Award this year for Player of the Year. Good for him. He and the #1 overall Wildcats would take on Xavier and win in the Sweet 16. UConn beat Notre Dame. Kentucky beat Florida State. Miami upset UNC. Then you had Arizona beating Oregon, who was a #1 seed as well. They got knocked out early. Michigan taking a loss to Texas. Washington beating UCLA and knocking out Lonzo Ball. And then Kansas beating NC State. And then the last four, Kansas, Arizona, Villanova, and Miami. Interesting to see that Miles ended up going to Miami. Apparently Miami has something going on there special. But we had a special talent on the floor against us back home in Brooklyn later on in the month, going up against the Sixers and Ben Simmons. First quarter action. Gonna see a little bit of Ben Simmons here. Want to see what this kid's all about. A little crossover here to try to work on Bogdanovic. Trying to do a lot on his own here. Good feed inside to Luwalu though. No finish there. And then Kilpatrick in transition finds Bogdanovic in the corner, nailing the triple. Nets go up 6-2 early in the first. Nets still working here. Kilpatrick, nice little crossover, inside step to go ahead and lay that one up and in. The Sixers will get back to work on offense. Simmons, step back jumper there. Nails it to put the Sixers up. And then Simmons working inside here. Little floater, no good. But Nerlens Noel getting the rebound, fighting over Brook Lopez to lay that one up and in. Sixers would go up 13-10. Then later in the first, all tied up here. Jeremy Lin trying to work inside. Gets the feed inside to Scola, who just slams it home with two hands. A lot of authority on that dunk. But the Sixers would try to come right back here. Up by one. Simmons getting the board from Luwalu, who tried to do a pull-up three there. No good, but Simmons puts it back up in. Sixers up by 5 later in the first. Randy Foye, little hop step jumper trying to get inside. No good. Scola getting the rebound. Dunking it home on top of Embiid. Scola doing a lot of work inside with the rebounding. He's been a great asset coming off the bench rather as a starter. Look at Scola again. Another board inside. And putting it right back home where it belongs. Nets down by 1. And then watch the effort here on defense by Hollis Jefferson. Hollis Jefferson absolutely harassing all defenders. And finally coming up with the steal, Jeremy Lin in transition. One hand flush over Nerlens Noel. Didn't think Jeremy Lin had that in him. Closing seconds of the first, Jeremy Lin. Off the little bounce pass from Randy Foye. Don't think it was intended for him, but he ended up there. Nobody guarded him. Nailed the jumper. Moving into the second. Nets up by 5. Watch this run. Randy Foye laying it up and in there. Nets go up by 7. Inbounds play. Kilpatrick. Little crossover. Fadeaway jumper over Luwalu. Gets it. Nets go up by 9. Kilpatrick. Inside to McDermott. Little back down. Turnaround. Baby hook. Gets it to go. Nets go up by double digits. Nets still up by 11. Next possession for them. Bogdanovic in the corner in transition. We should say from the arc. Nailing it. Up by 14 now. Kilpatrick can't make it there. Rebound McDermott. Kick outside Bogdanovic. He's wide open. He's nailing that. Nets take a 15-point lead. Down to the end of the second. Lead up to 18. Chris McCullough finally coming back from a sore ankle injury. Can't lay it up there. Gets his own miss. Lays it back up and in. Nets up 20. They would never get back in this one. Philly had an awful night. Nets nailing the triple there. Pretty much put this away back home in the third. Nets win 105-71. Demolishing the Sixers. And hey, look at that. We beat pretty much all of the Atlantic Conference outside of Toronto. 105-71. Look at the difference. 3-pointers. 12 for 25 for the Nets. 1 of 22 for the Sixers. So it seems that the 3-point game has become our strength and something that I'm going to look forward to trying to build upon in the offseason. I think a smaller game for us works. Working the perimeter works. A lot of pick and roll and a lot of screens to get guys open seems to be the offense that makes us effective. So we need to get players in place that can do so and make that work. And now that we look towards the draft, there we are, 3-4 with the Celtics. Now I start to wonder, do we bring in Markelle Fultz? Is it Dennis Smith? Can we get Josh Jackson to fall? I don't think it's Harry Giles. I think that if we do get a big man, it's not going to be from the draft. I have my concerns about Harry. I'd rather go guard. So it'll be interesting since we have a few games left and where we finish in April. We have to do our best because we have one more game against the Celtics towards the end of the season to keep them out of the playoffs.